Well, good evening, everybody. It's a new video on Michael McDonough. God give the man a beautiful bed in heaven, who was brutally murdered 2 years ago at that Dean Resort, Chamber Sands. But his family enjoying his old time away. 7 people were charged with killing Michael, 7 of them. But then the CPS decided that there weren't enough evidence and threw it out. Dismissed their cases. Like Michael's life meant nothing. Like it was just a piece of shit, basically. 150 witnesses and no justice has ever been brought forward for Michael. Well, I'm going to say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and this goes out to every one of Michael's families, that me and John Riley are going to fight this case to the death. And whoever wants to get involved, step forward and show your support for this man's family and give him the peace that he deserves in heaven. The discrimination showed there because he was a traveller. Imagine that, 150 witnesses, 7 people charged, but then they come along and say, no, there's no more evidence, there's nothing we can do about it, threw it out. If that was a stranger, a non-traveller, a non-gypsy, there'd be people doing life in jail now for joint enterprise, for saying things. But no, because he was a traveller, they've brushed it under the carpet. Well, let me tell you now, I'm pulling that carpet up from the ground, me and John are. We're going to rip that carpet up from the ground. And we're going to dust it back out. And we're going to want the CPS who threw it out, and the police, and those witnesses, and those 7 people who were charged with his murder. Let me tell you now, you will be brought to justice for it. Because we will get the justice for Michael McDonough. Now may you rest in peace, Michael, and I promise this to your family. We will get you the justice that you deserve and your family deserves. God bless you all, and good night, and God bless.
What's happening to travellers and gypsies today is what you would call cultural genocide. Everyone associates genocide with what happens in the Holocaust, but it's happening today in this generation in 2024. Travellers are being forced out of their communities, their cultures are being washed away from them in the government and the legal system's attempts to destroy their heritage and their culture. Children go to school, and if you're from a travelling background or a gypsy background, you are not treated the same as any other child in that class. They don't see any reason to teach children that they can be whatever they want to be in the future, and they are holding them back and setting up barriers for them. Children then grow up into teenagers, and they see that the legal system and the social welfare that's there to protect them is not offering them the protection that everyone else in this society is granted. And not only are they not offered the protection and the same needs that everyone else is given, but this also then creates a barrier and mistrust. How can you ask teenagers that were there that day in Manchester, that were forced back onto trains for no reason, not told where they were going, how can you then ask them to trust a system, a legal system that's meant to protect them? They don't have it. And then what happens is then they grow up into adults, and again, they have no trust, they have little education, and they're told that they're lesser people. And only because that's what the government has given them, has brought to them. We all know, as travellers and gypsies, unfortunately, we all know people that have been brutally attacked racially just for their background. One of those people was my father, Michael McDonough. While on holiday with his family, he was attacked by members of Party in Camber Sands, the staff and security. The people that are there to protect holidaymakers, he was attacked, held down to the ground, and when he called out he couldn't breathe, they never let up the restraint. He was attacked because he was a traveller. They killed him because they knew travellers do not get the same justice as everyone else in the community in the UK. So they knew that they would get away without prosecution and without facing any backlash for what they had done. And they were right, because over 2 years later, those 7 people that held my dad down and killed him, they're allowed to walk free. And this is the example now that has been passed on to every traveller and gypsy out there, that they're allowed to be attacked, discriminated against, and racially face racial verbal abuse, and nobody is going to stand up for them. Not only do we need the government and the legal system to stand up and take accountability for what they've done and protect travellers, we also need travellers and gypsies to stand up as well. This has happened to everyone unfortunately knows a family member or a friend that's faced a racial attack like this. And if we don't stand up for ourselves, nobody is going to stand up for us.
Well said.
Justice for my